And a Hernando County man waking up in jail following a deadly shooting in Weeki Wachee. Investigators say Evan Stanley shot and killed Keval Mehta after he drove Stanley home from a bar early yesterday morning. Stanley says they got into an argument over his dog, and the victim reportedly threatened him and his family. Stanley told investigators he went inside to get a gun and shot the victim when he opened the car trunk. Investigators say Stanley gave several conflicting statements. No weapon belonging to the victim was found at the scene.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Josh Benson.
And I'm Paola Lucero. Thanks for joining us for News Channel 8 on the CW Tampa Bay.
New at 10, a mother is speaking out nearly 4 years after the gruesome murder of her daughter.
Yes, she wants to know why the suspect in this case has not gone to trial yet. News Channel 8's Victoria Lucas joins us live at McKay Bay, where her daughter's remains were found. Victoria?
Josh, Paola, Tampa police say 47-year-old Stephanie Crone-Overholts' remains were found here at McKay Bay back in November of 2021. Her accused killer, Robert Kessler, has been behind bars ever since, and tonight her mother wants to know, when will she see justice?
Take it to trial. We're suffering. It's affecting us emotionally.
Susan George of Erie, Pennsylvania wants one thing: her daughter's accused killer tried in court. We first told you about Stephanie Crone-Overholts when her remains were found in McKay Bay in November 2021.
I still have that final text on my phone, and I go to it from time to time, wishing I could have done something so different.
She says the text came days before her remains were found.
Just said that she needed money for her car and that the person she was staying with had changed her mind and she needed to get out of there. That person was trying to get her to do something illegal and she wouldn't do it.
George believes that person is Robert Kessler, her daughter's accused killer. Kessler told News Channel 8 he met Crone-Overholts at a McDonald's and took her in because she looked homeless. He also spoke about what happened when Tampa police searched his home.
We got a search warrant and they took my van, and they're not going to find, there's no evidence in there. There's evidence that she had been here probably or something like that, but that's it.
According to court records, detectives found blood at Kessler's home that matched Crone-Overholts' DNA. Now, nearly 4 years later.
You know, it's not like one case is more important than the other. Come on. We were scheduled to go to trial last June. We need justice. We need peace. I need my peace of mind back. I need to be able to go to my daughter's grave and say, we got justice for you.
The state's attorney's office sent us a statement on this case, reading in part, in this case, the defense raised questions about the defendant's competency around the time the trial was set in the summer of last year. That issue had to be litigated, and then the defense attorney's schedule could not accommodate a trial until 2026. These are factors outside of our control, but we make sure the family understands the procedural delays. I also did reach out to the Hillsborough County Public Defender's Office, who was representing Kessler, and they told me they won't be able to make a comment on this case, but there is going to be a status hearing coming up on November 20th. Live in Tampa, Victoria Lucas, 8 on your side.
At the moment, they showed me it was in the backyard, but I tried to not.
I don't know if you hear that, but he's talking about a drone. That man was asking a deputy to help him retrieve it from a stranger's backyard because allegedly it contained bags of illegal drugs. Good evening, I'm Keith Kate.
I'm Jennifer Lee. Thank you for joining us. Investigators say those drugs were meth and fentanyl. This all happened last night at a home on Hannah Michaela Lane in Lutz. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur joins us live with that story, and it's quite a story, Georgia.
And yes, Jen and Keith, the homeowners didn't want to go on camera, but told us it was a loud crash that woke them up in the middle of the night. It turns out a 15-time convicted felon used a drone to deliver an unwanted package behind this home in this neighborhood here in Lutz. He delivered it in their backyard. Now that package is here at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. It all started with a knock on the front door around 1 a.m. inside a home in Lutz.
They showed me it was in the backyard, but I tried to not.
Investigators say Jason Brooks was attempting to retrieve his drone that crashed into this homeowner's backyard.
You know we can't just be going in people's backyards.
But the sheriff's office says this was not a drone hobbyist having some fun. This was a late-night drug delivery gone wrong.
Oh, names.
Investigators say attached to the drone was a cloth bag filled with with drugs.
There were 4 baggies packaged for sale for each of his 3 customers. Fentanyl powder for each of the 3 customers, 2 female and 1 male, I believe was the name, and then 1 methamphetamine with the word share written on it for the 4 of them.
Give me the remote.
When deputies arrived, Brooks was still holding the drone controller. Brooks now in charge, marking the latest example of what deputies call a creative but reckless way to deliver drugs.
Thank goodness I'm sitting here reporting about a creative way that a criminal tried to sell and deliver poison and destroy our neighborhoods, and not reporting about a child that lost its life that maybe came into contact with this drone.
Now, we are told by Hillsborough County investigators that drones actually carry GPS coordinates, so that right now they are in the process of using that drone to figure out where that illegal delivery was going. Reporting live in Lutz, I'm Georgia MacArthur, 8 on your side.
Afternoon, I'm Stacy Schott.
And I'm Josh Benson. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Less than 2 months after a tense police interaction that drew allegations of racial profiling, Bartow police are getting body-worn cameras.
The city signed off on the $2 million purchase this week, and Polk County Bureau reporter Stacy DeSilva joins us live outside the Bartow Police Department. Stacy.
Stacy and Josh, the chief says that he wanted body cameras last year, but they didn't fit into the city's budget. But after this incident earlier this summer involving the pastor, the city has moved forward with an equipment investment that includes dozens of body cameras. Bartow's police chief Steve Walker calls them a great tool.
Takes away all those questions. You know, somebody comes in and says, well, you said this, and you can go right to the tape, see what happens.
The city commission has approved the purchase of 60 body-worn cameras and 50 dash cameras for the police department, a $2.1 million program to be paid for over 5 years.
Since we had that incident, the city commission and the city manager were on board with the camera system.
That incident was a middle-of-the-night traffic stop over a broken tag light. Local pastor Dontavius Sanders was behind the wheel. He says he felt threatened by the officer's harsh tone in a canine search of his car.
Things could have gone wrong. Things could have gotten bad. And if it would have, that there would only be one side of the story shared. And most of the time that side of the story would have been believed.
Pastor Sanders tells News Channel 8 he has since repaired his tag light and is happy to hear the police department is getting body cameras.
I'm grateful that they looked at the situation and said that they needed to do something so that all parties are protected.
Now, as for the timeline, Chief Walker says he expects to get the cameras from the Axon company in the fall, and they should be ready to go in the field by the new year. Stacy?
So another Polk County agency getting the body cameras, which begs the question. We know that Sheriff Grady Judd has resisted it. Do you think he's any closer to changing his mind?
Well, I had the same thought today, Stacy. I reached out, asked the sheriff's office, and the answer is no. In fact, the spokesperson said, quote, we have no plans to get those. So no from the sheriff's office still.
All right, Stacy DeSilva live in Bartow for us. Thank you.
St. Peter's happening today. Hundreds of residents at a St. Pete apartment complex are in danger of losing their water service.
Today is the deadline for the owners of the Morgan Apartments to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid bills. 8 on your side, Beth Rousseau live this morning at the complex with how families are handling the issues. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Frustrating. It has a lot of these families on edge. Because of this situation, there's going to be an emergency protest down at City Hall today. Meantime, here at the Morgan this morning, you can see there are still cars in the parking lot. The families that we've talked to here, though, say this back and forth between the city and the property owner could leave many tenants without a place to live. The Morgan Apartments is the place Phoebe Quarterman calls home. She and the rest of the tenants are preparing for a possible water shutoff today. The city of St. Petersburg says property owner Lurin Real Estate Holdings owes $350,000 in unpaid water bills.
This is really ridiculous. It's sad. We paid our rent. We keep our rent up to date. We paid our water bill in with our rent, as well as pest control, yard service, everything. And now this is happening, and we pretty much don't have any immediate recourse.
Today is the deadline set by city leaders who are encouraging renters to find a new place to live in case the cost of the bills aren't covered.
I mean, I'd already been looking at other options. This honestly is just what I needed to really get out.
Residents at the Elements on 3rd faced a similar situation, but city officials say that bill has been paid. A statement to Aid on Your Side from a spokesperson for the property owner says in part, we continue to work constructively.
Starts tomorrow, so I'm gone.
As some pack up and head out, Quarterman is among the many without a place to go.
I understand that there's an obligation, but it's not on us. So I need assistance. We need assistance. We cannot move. There are elderly people here.
Back out here live at the Morgan, I reached out to the property owner for the latest on this morning. I also reached out to the city of St. Petersburg, just asking them if that water is shut off, what time would that be happening today? I am still waiting for their response as well. That protest that's going to be happening at City Hall starts at 12:30 this afternoon.